tuning into my 2,974th edition of Short-Term Trading, live with Oscar Carboni. Traders, we got a lot to talk about, so let's talk about risk and get that out of the way. Trading is risky. You know, you cannot trade these markets where there's an opportunity to make lots of money without opportunity to lose a lot of money. So what do we do about that? We mitigate risk. How do we do that? We put a protective stop in before we ever get into the long or short position, and that will make you live a lot longer in this rough and tumble business. Put those stops in first. Oh boy, we got a lot of stuff. So, trading for September 26th, which is a Friday, on my board, for each one of these videos, I do a little write-up, and then I read to you that write-up. In my last video, the day Powell came out and did a 0.25 basis rate cut, I came out with a note and said, boy, did the Fed miss an opportunity to do some good. All a 0.25 basis rate cut could possibly do was inadvertently offer banks a chance to make more money. This will not help the average American without adding new banking regulations. Does everyone remember me saying that? And Powell lowers the rate by just a little baby quarter instead of doing a half. And why would a half have worked? What we have is an issue right now where the bond market keeps getting pushed down by the big banks. When you push down the 30-year bond market, you push up 30-year mortgage rates. Whether Jerome Powell lowers them or not, the banks, if they sell bonds, push the rates up. Banks have been short bonds for quite some time. This was Powell's moment to do at least a 50-point cut and force them to cover shorts, and he blew it. Oh my God, he blew it. How could you not see this? You've heard enough videos from me. The average human sees this. This guy's the head of our Fed. He doesn't see this. So what does he do? He feeds them a 25-point basis rate cut. What did the banks do? They've immediately lowered bonds. Do you know what you'd pay for a mortgage today? You'd pay more than the day he lowered rates a few days ago. Bad move, stupid move. That's what was on my board before it happened, and that is what is happening now. The bond market has gone down, and rates have gone up. That's not going to help anybody. What else does he do? He comes out and Powellizes the markets. He's sitting at a conference. He's being interviewed. And a girl says to him, you know, what do you think about the markets and overvalue and undervalue? And he says, you know what? We really have no gauge of whether markets are over or undervalued. That's not our job. But being that you mentioned it, yes, the markets seem a bit overvalued here. Where does he get this from? When in one breath he's going, nope, we don't have a gauge of that. And in the same breath he agrees with her that the markets might be overpriced. How the fuck would he know this? How does anyone know that? But he said it. And being that he is our Fed president, right? He's the Fed chairman. The world is listening. So what does he do? He Powellizes the market, and that's what's happened. Crypto is feeling it. The markets are feeling it. Tesla's feeling it. But there is something to the rescue. I'll show it to you. It's not all that bad. But what a stupid moment for a pretty smart guy. How did he not see it? It was laid out, and I'm not the only person on this planet that could have possibly seen this. He's got to be paying attention to what banks are doing versus the overnight float. Now, you must understand it's not clearing firms doing this because clearing firms would like the rate to stay higher. That's why they don't charge you commissions on stocks. Instead of charging you commissions, they take your money at night, put it in the overnight float. The Fed gives them guaranteed money with no risk to you. It goes back in your account in the morning. They want the rate to stay high. So it's not the clearing firms, right? Fund managers, they don't need rates to go higher either. Who does? The banks, and that's who's doing this. Without proper banking regulation, they are now going to borrow the money at 4% and lend it to us at 8%. I mean, seriously? Powell, you had your moment. I didn't side with Trump since the day Trump started running 8 years ago. He didn't like Powell or he didn't like the Fed, and I've been saying as long as I've known Trump, he is wrong about the Fed. He doesn't see the Fed correctly, and he's wrong about Powell. Well, I've stepped out of that. I've been arguing for Powell since he got in. I am no longer arguing for this guy. You fucked up, pal, right in front of my eyes. I cannot defend you anymore. What a stupid move. That's where we are now. Nothing we can do about it but have these markets pull back a little because of the yapper. What's the exciting stuff on the board? Check this out, kids. Omni trading crypto coin has been created. It's literally called Omni Trading. It is my crypto coin. I will be streaming live on pump.fun, where you can buy my crypto coin, hang out with me live streaming, and learn about these markets all in the same place. But guess what, Omniacs? We've got a coin. We can do what we want with it. If you work with me and we do the analysis properly, we'll do well with this coin. We've got a nice crowd of Omniacs around the world. Why wouldn't we all want to own our own coin? And of course, we're not crazy. We'll get out when it's time to get out. We'll get back in when it's time to get in. But I say we all should grab some of this Omni trading. At least we know this. I can trust me. You can trust me. I've never been in trouble for taking a thing from a person in my life. I've been in this business 44 years. I've never had this much litigation. Don't worry about me. You're in good hands with me. It's the rest of those crazy bastards out there that you can't buy their cryptos because you don't know what they're capable of. Me, you've got me live on camera, on live trading room 24 hours a day. I'm so easy to find, you can walk in my home and find me. So when you trade with me, at least you're in safe hands. Let's see what we can do with this crypto. It will be at pump.fun. Just go search Omni Trading. That is the actual name of the coin. Oh, 4 letters Omni, the word trading. That's the name of our coin. Make sure you go look at pump.fun. We'll see what we can do on Monday, and then we'll keep streaming from there. It's going to be fun, if nothing else. We'll see what happens. So, Tesla looks like it's paying the price. I don't know if it's Powell or not, but Tesla looks like it's paying the price. Crypto is paying the price. Stocks are paying the price. You know what's not paying the price? Silver! Oh my God, is silver just gone crazy? It's hit all of our targets. Plus, it's going to do more. Now, the reason why, by the way, you've had Ethereum and Bitcoin coming down is because metals have been going up so far, so fast. Understand how this works. If you are a 401k fund manager, or any type of fund manager where you are in control of someone else's money, and this is their retirement money, if you put them in Bitcoin, which starting January 1st of 2026 is allowed by law, but if you put them in Bitcoin and you're building up a Bitcoin, let's say you have to take delivery, there's no tangible asset. Something goes wrong, everything goes crazy, you want delivery, there's no tangible asset. However, if you're putting people's 401k money in silver and gold and something goes wrong, you get a tangible asset delivered to you that you can melt down to jewelry, you can do what you want with. It's tangible. So what's happening lately is because Bitcoin and Ethereum aren't skyrocketing up, all the fund managers went, let's leave that nonsense alone for now. Let's go to the tangible. That's all that's taking place. It's having a pullback like the markets. Don't get nervous. It's a pullback. Nothing goes straight up, especially Bitcoin. You've seen that thing do this, right? But don't worry about it. It's called following the smart money. The smart money was all over Ethereum and Bitcoin for quite some time, but silver and gold has gotten so far ahead of what you could make if you're in Bitcoin, if you're just in silver and gold. Fund managers going for tangible over non-tangible. No big deal. This stuff changes rapidly. Every 2-3 months, we're on to something else. Don't let it scare you. So, boy, the Fed missed a good move that they had a chance to take. They didn't take it. Now it's making the markets come down. Bonds are going down too, making interest rates go up. And don't forget, we are in a big, booming bull market. This is a pullback. Don't get nervous. So, traders, make sure you go to pump.fun. Go look at my Omni trading coin. Buy some if you want. You'll have to get a Phantom wallet. Maybe next week I'll do a quick video and show you how to do that. It's very simple. It's all click and play. Just click and it goes right through for you. Phantom wallet. Feed your Phantom wallet with Solana. Come buy my Omni trading token and we'll all trade it as a group together. So for trading on the 26th, the Omni is red. We're going to sell NASDAQ, mini S&P, or Russell if we can get a fill. All three of those, I'll take a fill at any one if I can get one. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get long some silver. We'll see what the charts look like in this chart segment. So the last thing I want to remind you of is Omni Camp is coming to Australia. I'm all packed. I've got everything ready to go. Well, hold on, let me back this up. I didn't pack a goddamn thing. In my mind, I'm packed. I've already bought all the equipment. I don't pack till the day before, but that's me. But we're going to Australia, to the Gold Coast, and we will be there from October 17th through the 21st, but that is one seminar only. It's 4 long days. If you would like to learn the Omni, Oscar's Market Navigational Indicator, if you'd like to learn the Omni for yourselves, make sure you go to omnibootcamp.com right now. Time is limited. I'm getting on a plane in about 12 days, and then you're going to miss it. OmniBootCamp.com. I'm going earlier than I'll be there a week or two before getting ready. So I just saw you look at the date, David, and you're like, what's he talking about? I'm going earlier. I'll be there a bit early. If you want to meet with me, if you want to learn with me, if you want to get these trades right and make some money for your family, and you are in Australia, do not miss your chance. OmniBootCamp.com. Fill out those applications. Time is very short. I'm getting on a plane soon. Barring that, I want to show you some great charts. I want to tell you to keep your emotions out of trading, because it's one of the best things we can do to help one another is remind each other to keep those emotions at bay. How do we do that? Well, we put our stops in first. Then we say this to ourselves over and over, and by now you should know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll traders now. Let's go. Look at some charts.
Good afternoon, traders. Good evening, traders from across the globe.
Every time I've ever shown this to people, I have people that are like flag experts and they're flabbergasted. Say it with me. I will always place my stop first.
We're here at Omni Camp in Las Vegas with Oscar Carboni and a couple other gentlemen. Just came here mainly because I wanted my trading to be refined and defined.
The analysis I would use from trading without the Omni system was much more complex.
The genius of what we do is we've taken one of the most complicated things to do on this planet and simplified it to the point that I can sit here with 6th graders and they could easily do this, not even knowing how they're winning or why, but they could do this.
I know who the guy is because I've seen what he's done, but you don't know what the magic recipe is, right? And I get in here, and within almost the first day, the light starts coming on as to what his system is.
Anyone that's looking to join Omni Camp, if you have no experience, you don't care about any of that. All you care about is what the chart says. You'll be much better off for it.
There's almost a sense of relief that you see something, you have a plan, you see it, and then you go try to execute. That is brilliant.
And I think I got the discipline and everything I need to be successful with Oscar.
Omniacs from Australia, guess what? OmniCamp is coming to you. You don't have to go across the world. We're coming to you. Get ready. Go to OmniBootCamp.com right now. It's happening on October 17th. There's only one OmniCamp, and that is there for you. Make sure you go to OmniBootCamp now and fill out your applications. Traders, the Russell 2000 daily bar chart. I came out with this chart the day Powell lowered rates and went, Jerome Powell said a bad thing today. Actually, not the day he lowered rates, the day he did that stupid interview. I came out and said, boy, he did a bad thing. He said a bad thing today. And look what's happened so far. Boy, has Russell started paying already. Now, looks like there's support here, right? I don't know. That's going to hold on. These red, I'm not looking for support yet. Next. The mini Dow Powellized. Once again, we were going up so nicely, right? Look, all-time new highs. And he comes out with a moronic statement that he made. And bam, bam, now we're under the support that held every time you got near it, right? That worked really well, but look what happened. Powellized. You know the funds are watching. You know the street is watching. We have slipped. NASDAQ, no different, except for that it's below this average as well as below the channel, which rides right up the channel line. See that average goes right up the channel line. Held until here. Powellized. Why did you do it, buddy? I'd love to see your indicator that shows you that this market was overpriced. Let me see that. If there isn't one on the planet, you jerk. Unbelievable. All right, NASDAQ. By the way, something that's overbought, that is a trader's opinion. There is no such thing as overbought. Do you know why? Because something overbought can stay overbought for 9, 10, 12, 15 months, 2 years. It can just keep going. So the only condition that's overbought is in traders' minds. And if they utter those words, it comes out of their brain, not from a picture. There is no overbought until the market stops going up, turns around, puts in a signal, and starts going down. Then you could say possibly overbought. He said overbought while it was going straight up. Retarded, I promise, just stupid. NASDAQ, here's where I don't want you to get nervous. NASDAQ on a monthly, does that look scary to you kids? I mean, that's where we are on the monthly right now. The highest NASDAQ's ever been in its entire life. That's where we are on a monthly chart. Now, if you remember this chart, my Omniacs in my trading room sure won't forget. Back in 2024, 11/30 of 2024, the market was here putting in new highs, and I came up with this insane projection that a targeted area would be hit by April 25th of 15,300. Now, we were going straight up like gangbusters, so I didn't really want to show the chart to anyone, but I did show it to my trading room, and we all talked about, we'll put that chart away in case we ever need it. We'll pull it back out. We decided we needed it about here. Here was my target. That Powell stopped lowering rates here. Trump came out about here and talked about tariffs, and we went boom. We missed my target by this little piece right here. Could you imagine all the way up here making new highs? We get a target for this thing to drop thousands of points, and it goes right to the day practically. That's insane, isn't it? But the idea behind this chart was to show you just how much recovery we've had since and how strong the monthly does look. We're having a pullback in a big booming bull market. Don't forget that. It's okay to be short, but not for very long. T-bonds. Now here's the big mistake. Mr. Powell came out right here and had a chance. If he would have just done a 50-point cut, it would have been enough for banks to have to, right at this mark, start covering shorts. They would have panicked. But nope, he did a 25. They pushed it right down and started pushing it down again. Want to see what the daily looks like? That's a weekly. I mean, right there at the average, at the trend line. What a stupid spot to not do a 50. This is what it looks like on the daily. This is the day Powell decided to lower rates. I told you the banks would do this, right? Down we go, and guess what this means right here? That means rates are now higher than they were when he lowered them up here. Bad move, right? I don't know what the Fed pays attention to, but boy, could they use some advice from me. Ethereum paying the price as well as Bitcoin for Powell coming out and jabber-jawing about the markets being too expensive. Look what happened since he made that statement. I mean, seriously? By the way, kids, target 3640, 3645. That is your next targeted area in October. In October. Ethereum. I didn't bother putting out a Bitcoin target. Why? I'm loaded up in Bitcoin. I ain't giving you guys any downward targets. What are you, crazy? I only have $10,000 worth of this. I'll give you a target in that. So that's heading down. That's our target. Don't worry about Bitcoin. When it goes back up, we'll talk about it. I'm not talking down my own position. All right. Look what happened here. Do you remember I gave you a pause a few days ago? I said, I think this is a double top. Pause. Watch out for Tesla. Well, here's what's happened since. We're here. We're going to fill the 400 gap. That's what Tesla's looking to do. That chart, by the way, was absolutely right on the money. On the day it started to make those highs and hit that line, the Omni went red, and Tesla's starting to work its way down already. And then, are you ready? Are you ready? There is a savior out there. Not everything's going down, baby. Look at this now. I have been the person to tell you for the last 25 years, if this stupid market sticks its ugly head up, take out your lawnmower and chop it off, right? That's always been my statement about silver. Well, lately I've been giving silver targets. And guess what? It hit perfectly right there at the silver targets, right where we called for. We called for these targets when we were down here. It went boom right there. Target 1, target 2, nailed. We even went through the targets and we're sitting up here. By the way, the Omni's bullish. One of the few markets it's bullish for on Friday. One of them is silver. Traders, I hope this helps. I would love for you to please like and share these videos. Leave your comments below. I answer all of them personally. And then come join me in my live trading room at livewithoscar.com.